Hey y'all. All right, so we got a few minutes of downtime, and I'm about to come sit out here in the hammock. I'll probably poolside, right? So here is a pool. We have yet to get into this pool. I think I'm gonna put on my bathing suit today and come on out, right? But in our picture for this place, this hammock was a feature. So I'm gonna spend time in the hammock right now. I got my journal, right? Y'all, this is one of my favorite, my journal. The Power of Favor journal, right? I had bought one of these for everybody on my team who had one. They had some kind of accomplishment. So I'm about to lay in this hammock, y'all, and have a whole experience with journaling and sitting. You gotta know how to sit your butt in the right place or you're gonna flip over. All right. I'm about to tip over. Oh God. Now if I fall, y'all can't laugh at me, but we will use it for some kind of viral something, right? Because I'm really about to fall in this thing trying to hold this phone. But for real, okay, so I want to share with y'all the power of normalizing luxury, right? Danielle said something earlier about coming to Mexico. I'm so nervous because this thing does not hold you good. Usually a hammock will dip in the middle. This one's kind of staying flat. So I feel like if I roll in the wrong direction, it might just knock me off. let's pray I can keep my big booty in the right place. But here's the thing, you guys. Danielle was saying something. Being in Mexico, right? Let me put this stuff down here. Being in Mexico, you get half off of everything. Your way of life is like half off. And there's so many people here that we met. We went to the coffee shop today. So you get to meet a lot of locals and a lot of people who are expats that move here or whatever. And we were just talking to them. They were like, yeah, we just moved here on a whim. We came here. It's half the price to live here. You get all the best of, the best of all worlds. And they chose to come here. But we're here with all this support. And we talked about this on the first day that we got here. We got the chef, we got the housekeeper, the groundskeeper. I won't have to do nothing. They come in the room, they make your bed, they clean, they do all these different things. And you realize the power of just paying for conveniences, right? For paying for conveniences. We have been so programmed to think that only the rich or the this or the that, but we don't allow that to be a way of life for us. And I'm gonna be honest, I am somebody who I am overly humble. I have that as a problem. And the reason why is growing up in LA, when you are around a lot of superficial people. I grew up around in LA, around a lot of money, but around a lot of superficial people. Everything they did was a promotion. You might tell somebody, "Ooh, girl, I love your shoes. I paid $955 for these. Ooh, I love your purse. Oh, this purse cost me $5,000." That's how people were when I grew up, and I hated. When I tell you I hated it, I was like, I don't care how much you pay for your freaking purse. I don't care if it came from Ross. I'm just saying it's cute, right? And so what I grew up with was a like a despise for the luxury things, because I felt like people kind of overly promoted them as like a, I don't know, it was just a thing that I had, and it made me stay away from labels. It made me not want those things because I was like, I don't want to be like them. And then I had to tell myself, Nick, just because you want them, you can have nice things and not be overly boastful about it, right? It could just be a way of life, right? So anyway, vacations is where we splurge. Vacations is where we really invest. Vacations is where we get a chance to really give ourselves that full-on experience. And it just reminded me that, you know what, it's time to make luxury a way of life, right? It's like we spend so much time and energy on paying bills, but we don't spend that same time and energy investing in ourselves and giving ourselves the quality of life, right? That's the key word. It's the quality of life that we deserve. And honestly, everybody deserves it. Everybody. I don't care what your situation is. Everybody deserves a good quality of life. And um, like, here's how I know this is like everybody should have it. Because every other culture except America has this as a way of life. You know, Velvet is here. She's lived in 12 countries. She's lived all over the world, from Japan to I don't know if it was Prague or Germany, whatever. Most of these women in this house are all world travelers, and they've all lived internationally somewhere. And she was like, oh, when I lived in, I think she said Japan or somewhere, she was like, my maids had maids, right? I know people who are from Africa. And in Africa, a lot of them, I've never been to Africa, so I can't speak on it. But I know one of my good friends is married to somebody from Senegal. And she was like, oh, yeah, when we go there, they have a whole groundskeeper staff, right? They have a house for the staff. It's normal, right? It's a way of life. It's the same thing in the Latin cultures and all these different places. But us Americans, oh, we have a badge for I'm the do all, be all superwoman or Superman, right? And it's not normal. It's just not. And if you go look at the biblical days, man, all of them had staff. They all had staff. So somebody asked, where am I staying? We're in Playa, is it Playa del Carmen, Mexico, right? So, yeah. So anyway, it's time to normalize luxury. And I would say this too, y'all, it's time to make more money. Period. Right? I think a lot of us limit ourselves with, oh, well, I can't afford this, it's time to make more money. It's time to ask yourself, bye bye, what type of opportunities are around you that you should be investing in to produce more income. There's a story in the Bible, right, about a woman who thought she was going to die because she was broke. She didn't have nothing left. And she was like, oh, me and my son are going to make our last meal and we're going to die. And so a prophet came to her, Elijah, and was like, I want you to go to all your neighbors and get as many jars as you can. So she had to go to all the neighbors and she collected jars. And what he was able to do was help her fill those jars with oil so that she can sell them, right? To get back on her feet and have a restart. But here's the thing. The oil stopped when she ran out of jars. The oil didn't stop because the oil ran out. The oil stopped when she ran out of jars. But if she would have produced more jars, she would have got more oil. So let me translate that for you. What are the jars that God is giving you that will produce more oil for you? What are the opportunities that are around you that you can go and take advantage of that will produce more income for you, right? A lot of people look at me and y'all probably don't know what the heck I do. I produce businesses and build companies, right? And we're in a season of our life where we're producing multiple income streams. We just started selling cookies. Y'all might see us selling cookies and think, oh my God, why are you selling cookies? I don't look at our cookie business as a cookie business. I think about Oreo, Chips Ahoy. I think about Otis Spunkenmeyer, Mrs. Fields, the Great American Cookie. How many places have you been in the country to have all those same exact brands in every single store? How much do you think they make every single time they sell a batch of cookies? I had a friend call me the other day and he said, Nick, I want you to think about something. Imagine if you got 100 places where you live to sell 35 cookies a day and you made 50 cents a day off of each cookie. Let's do the math. Whatever math he gave me was $52,000 extra every single month. Y'all might look at it as a cookie. I don't see a cookie. I see a business. I see a demand. I see something where people are always going to buy and always going to eat, and they're not going to think twice about what they purchase because it's a low ticket impulse buy based on a goal and a desire. Not a goal, but on a desire. If you like cookies, you'll buy cookies. If you like cake, you buy cake. If you like pies, you'll buy pies. You don't think twice about it. Why do you think when you check out at a grocery store and you're standing there about to check out, why do you think they got all the Reese's Pieces, Snicker bars, the gum, the hand sanitizer, and all these different things? In your head, it's just a Reese's peanut butter cup. I'm just going to throw that on into the and I'm going to pay the little $1.25, $1.50 because I want a Reese's peanut butter cup. But it's not there just because it's there. It's there because they know impulse purchases are made while people are just standing around. And imagine how many different, every single checkout counter in this country has those things sitting there. How much do you think they make an hour off of those extra things at the checkout? In your head, you might not think twice about spending $1.25. Okay, here we go. The Wi-Fi might go in and out. But yeah, you might not think twice about spending $1.25. It's just $1.25. But do $1.25 times 1,000,000 people every hour, right? You know, their profit margins might only be 25 cents, 50 cents, or whatever. Do that times 1,000,000 people a day, right? That's $500,000 if it's 50 cents. That's a $500,000 extra a day a company is making. People don't think about those things because they don't look big or gigantic or like huge opportunities. They just seem like little simpletons. That's why people look at me and laugh because we selling cookies. Y'all see cookies? I see a business, right? So I will sell the heck out of these cookies until whenever, because I understand that cookies is a low ticket impulse purchase that a lot of people are already committed to. If you've been born and raised off a chocolate chip, white chocolate chip is your favorite, you're gonna buy it. And we love making them, right? So this is the thing, opportunity is all around you. Just because it's not packaged the way that you think it should doesn't mean that it's not an opportunity that can change your financial situation. So don't underestimate the power of your ideas and what you see. Don't underestimate it. So yeah, Jaleesa's on here. Look, Jaleesa's like my right hand. She been with me for years. And I just purchased the domain name, turning dough into dollars. Y'all think it's a joke, but we turning dough, flour, sugar, eggs into real money, right? And so, I'm doing this too to show people what's possible. So don't underestimate the simple things that you have in front of you that is a great opportunity, but because it's not packaged the way you think it should be packaged, you're underestimating the power of it. I don't care if it's a janitorial service, y'all. Listen, you know how many janitorial businesses are making millions of dollars? When I went to Jamaica a couple years ago, I stayed with a family who runs a cleaning business, but they are the largest. And she had a staff too. She had a housekeeper and a chef and this, that, and have this big old mansion in the middle of Kingston, Jamaica. They run the largest cleaning company in Jamaica. They clean hotels and Airbnbs. They clean corporate companies and businesses. And they were multimillionaires. She had all this money, right? And I got connected to her through somebody in business, and we're still friends to this day. Multi-millionaires off of a cleaning company. Y'all, don't underestimate landscaping businesses. People are making millions. Steve Harvey tells a story all the time about a guy who used to cut his grass. Now he runs a $4 million a year landscaping company. His barber went from $10 haircuts, to now charging $500 and doing private services for people who are wealthy, who want convenience. So don't underestimate your ideas and play them down. You just got to think bigger. It really is. And that's what some of the things I'm going to be teaching you guys. How can you take this simple idea that you have and grow it into a big company? Because every single thing around us is a business model. Everything. Everything. I saw a special the other day about guys who, what was it? It was like they harvest bugs and turn it into feed for chickens. They have a whole business. What kind of bugs? I think it was like ants or something. And they they dry the ants out, turn it into a process, and it's like a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company. They use it for chicken feed. How many of us eat chicken? Who knew that they were eating that stuff as feed? You just never know. So everything is potential business, and we need to be more committed to putting ourselves in a different position, making real money that gives us options. Money is about options, y'all. It's about being able to choose how you want to live, choose what you want to do, and having the financial resources to make it happen. It is what it is. I was talking to my husband today, and I was like, babe, this summer we're going to have some real luxury vacation travel. Like, it is what it is. So we're already working on it, right? It's like, this is what we got to do. So, anywho, that is my 2 cents of normalizing. Oh, Jaleesa, me and you got to have a whole conversation. I need a logo. I got to get the whole thing going because it's going to be a part of our training, the training company process. And so, y'all, I'm finally freaking launching my training center for my courses. I've been wanting to do it for years. I just haven't had the time because I'm building all this other stuff. But I'm going to start really working on helping you guys. I'm going to build out my training company. And with that training company, what I'm doing is, because this is the thing of business, right? Businesses are processes. It's a stage. Everybody's in different stages. And unfortunately, it's a lot of different stages that many of us get exposed to, and we don't know where to start and where to focus. So we're creating a company. It's a training company that is going to have you take a test based on where you are, okay? I tell people there's 5 stages in business, all right? I'm going to tell y'all the stages real quick. I talk about them a lot, and you will be able to discover this in our training center. Okay, I'm gonna have to move from this hammock. I think the Wi-Fi is stressed on this side, right? So hopefully y'all come on back. Oh, Cass is over here. All right. So, all right, so we're back. So I'm gonna talk to y'all about the 5 stages in business real quick, right? Am I messing with your piece, Cass? You gonna tune me out? Okay, good. Yeah, you good at that. You from Cali. She protect her peace, right? But the 5 stages in business, y'all, here's the 5 stages. And you got to know where you are and what you need, okay? The first stage is dream phase, all right? So the dream phase is when you have an idea. It's just an idea. You haven't produced it yet. You're not doing anything with it. It's just a concept, and you're trying to figure out where to start, right? So people who are in the dream phase, you're still dreaming about the concept. We teach you what you need to focus on in the dream phase and how to actually put effort into bringing it to life. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is launch phase. This is when you launch, you actually do something with that idea and you get started. In the launch phase, you don't need nothing but validation. That's it. Will somebody buy it? How much are they willing to pay for it? And can I produce this thing over and over again? So we show you what to focus on and how to get that going. The third phase is the growth phase. Once you validated your business, it's like, okay, people will buy it. It works. So now you have to organize it to get consistent business. This is where you start actually getting more and more customers buying it. And so now you're trying to organize your business, like, you know, how can I get more customers consistently? What kind of systems do I need to have in place so that I can continue to market? You know, how am I going to operate my business? How am I delivering? What is my fulfillment? Okay, you're getting confident about your business to the point where you're realizing like, okay, I'm going to consistently grow this. How do I do that? Phase 4 is scale. You're going to hear a lot about scale. Scale is a whole nother level. That's when you replace yourself. That's when you can do things in large amounts. So for us, if we're selling cookies, we validated it. We're still in a launch phase. We're not even in growth phase, or we're kind of in growth phase a little bit. We're trying to figure out how to do this consistently. But scaling is like, okay, I can take 10 orders right now a day. Can I take 1,000 orders a day? Most companies break when they try to scale. So a lot of people think they want to make a lot of money. But the truth is, can you handle the amount of business that is going to come when people pay you to do something? If you provide a service, most service providers have a cap, right? If you are mowing lawns for a living, you're going to cap at so many lawns a day as one person. So you have to learn how to hire and get more people. So you might only could do 10 lawns a day, but guess what? You can employ 10 people where you each can do 10 lawns a day. That's 100 lawns a day. So that is the concept of scaling. So this is when you scale your business up, and you gotta learn how to put systems in place, hire people, blah, 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 right? Scale. The last phase of business is more like the influencer. It's kind of like the proven business model that is able to be a standard, where now you kind of know what you're pursuing after you're achieving, like what is what is possible. It's like the corporations, right? They have all those things going on internally as well. But in your personal business, you kind of have the top-notch 5th role is like you have a proven business model. And now we just have to continue to grow it, right? So you might have gone from, you know, making $50,000 a year to 10,000 to 100,000 to $1 million, to now your company might be at 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, right? You kind of have a proven model. You just have to keep it going and growing and have all the internal operations together. But in like an entrepreneurial space, this is when people come and can mentor and show and coach. Everybody can mentor based on what stage they're in, but that's the top-notch phase. It's kind of like that standard influencer role. This isn't like a set in stone process. This is just what I came up with on my own. But everybody has their own version of this, right? And so we're teaching people on the front end, you need to take a test to know where you're at. What should you be focusing on? What kind of business should you be building, right? What's the best business model for what you're trying to do? Some things we got great ideas on may not be the best business model because it may not be profitable. So these are the things we'll be talking about in our training company. We'll give you guys a test on the front end. You'll actually identify where you are. We'll talk about the best business model based on your personality type. Okay, that's a whole nother thing, y'all. We were talking about that on the way up here. I have a personality test. It's talk about online biz matchmaker, and it's not out there right now. I'm a tweak it, but it actually helps you to find the best business model for your personality type. Why? Because you got to know what is a good, suitable fit for how you think and how you like to work. If you're trying to launch any kind of business and you're only doing it because people say you should, but it doesn't really work for who you are as a person, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to grow. It's not going to excel. It's not going to exceed. It's not going to advance. You're not going to make any money. You might make a little bit of money, but business is hard. Building a company is work, and you have to be devoted, committed. You have to understand what's required, and you have to have a vision for where you are going. And so being in alignment with what suits your personality type is like the best thing that you can do for when you are wanting to pursue building a business. So these are the kind of things that I am going to be doing with you guys in our company, in our training company. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it has taken me so many years because I overthought this thing. I was trying to make it perfect, make it, a certain kind of thing. I was comparing myself to everybody else. And now I'm like, bump it, girl, get it started. And you guys will actually get to see us grow this. And what I'll be doing on the inside, because I think it's just critical, is being a case study. I will give you guys inside looks into everything that we do and how we're doing it, what the results are, what steps we're taking, so that you're not just being told, go do this. You're actually getting a chance to witness what steps did we take? What resources did we use? What was the process? What was the result? What worked? What didn't work? How did it perform? Was it a good thing? Was it a bad thing? So you guys, I promise you, I think we're supposed to launch it on May 22nd. And I said, being on this trip, because I put everything else in front of what I needed to really be doing, we're going to do a master class about how to launch, grow, and build a profitable business, and do it your way. And so I think we have it scheduled for May 22nd. We will start marketing it. I'm literally supposed to get my team all the information yesterday, and I'll be working on it today. And you guys will be able to go and register next week. We were supposed to do the master class, I think, a month ago. But I just had so much stuff going on. So I'm going to make time because this is my passion. This is my gift. And if I tell y'all, I have been working on this whole concept of our training company since 2012. It's all mapped out. Everything is mapped out. Every single piece of it. And I've never executed on it because I overthought it, compared it, downplayed it, and pushed it to the back. No more. We're not doing that. So if you've been wanting to really learn the process of building a business successfully, key steps you need to take and stuff you need to do, the simple steps to really produce results, then May 22nd, the day before my birthday. My birthday is May 23rd. And this is my commitment to myself. So Jaleesa, if you are on here, sis, I need your help. Help me stay focused on getting that done. The team is on me every day like, Nick, we need this, we need that. We got to get this ready for the 22nd. So I'm going to have that ready for you guys. And definitely, if you know people who are wanting to start businesses or in business trying to get things going, and they just need to know the proper steps, this is going to be a great training center. We're going to have tons of awesome speakers. You guys will get to see different types of business models. We'll do case studies and stuff like that on what people are doing, how it's working, what are some key steps they had to take, and all of that jazz. And so if you love that, give us some feedback. And I would love to hear what y'all think about that. And if you're excited and if you're interested, let us know. And then we will have next week, I am going to have the registration page done. I'll have it done. And y'all can register and be on this masterclass. And you'll be able to get started, like go through the process of learning more about what we got lined up. All right. So that is that, y'all. It's time to normalize luxury and get to a place where you are giving yourself the freedom to create what you know you are gifted in position to create. And I'm excited about that. So anywho, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to go get in this hammock for a few minutes before we go to the spa. And I will see y'all. Y'all know I'm doing like a whole documentary on this here Mexico trip. I should have been like this. Like, y'all see this? These blue waters. And so pretty. And like Katrina in there talking. You see her? Who's in there? Oh, Katrina and Kim. Look, Kim. It's like everybody's sitting in corners having these amazing conversations. It's so wonderful. So that's another thing too with the master. We'll be creating a mastermind But I'm gonna have my training company is gonna be based on levels, stages. Where are you in business? So we'll have high level, those who are already established, and we'll be doing high ticket masterminds, luxury events where we really sit down, bring the right people to help you in your business, from the content creation to the systems development for your business. We'll have kind of a round table of specialists to actually help you learn how to get these key things set up in your business, internal operations, all that stuff. And then we'll have those who are just getting started, where you just need the basics. You like, yeah, how do I set up a website? How do I get this going? So we'll have the different levels. And we're focusing on launch, grow, and scale, right? So y'all stay tuned for that. All right, I gotta go. Bye, y'all.